What's up, everybody? I wanted to show you that I'm in dire need of a haircut. Whew, that's what happens when you work way too much. So I've just had my first experience with Indy Velo, which is a Zwift competitor that has been bought up by Training Peaks. That's a program I used in years past. I personally, in my racing career, I never did well with a training plan because I worked a lot, had kids, wife, and just trying to do the things on a piece of paper or on a computer screen never made sense. I was always good at just feeling my body and doing what I needed to do. So 30-year career racing, you just kind of know what you need to do. And if you don't do something correct in a race, you know why. Either you're just too tired or you didn't train enough. You just kind of feel it out. And I used to do anywhere from 40 to 60 races a year for over 25 years. I'd race early season cross, mountain bike, do road, did some track. Yeah, I guess roads, I did the most road, but I think I really enjoyed mountain biking a lot. My skills never got to elite level, although I did race as a pro mountain biker. A couple top threes, but only won one mountain bike race in my entire career. But let's get back to the topic at hand, Indy Velo. What is my first impression of this beta? Give you a little bit of where I'm at with it. I put it on an old 2012 iMac. My sister told me it was not going to run because on her Mac it wouldn't run because it's still in the beta. But yeah, loaded up, ran. When I first turned it on, it was a little jittery. But I've just done my first race. It was a 10-mile time trial. And basically had no warm-up. Hopped on 2 minutes before the race. Just kind of check it out. I have 2 heart rate monitors. It told me it was seeing them, but I raced this with no heart rate monitor. It just didn't pick it up. Don't know why. I think as we progress, there's a lot of things on this screen that I really, really like. So I'll flip the phone here. And I really like wind, if they can actually get that in the algorithm. That tells you the percentage of your climb, and when you're in a race, your draft percentage. That's really cool if they can put that in the algorithm. So instead of like on Zwift where it tells you watts per kilo, it tells you your actual miles an hour. Down here on the bottom, I really like this. So if you're really, really about to die on a climb and you see you're almost to the top, unfortunately I'm at a pretty flat course here, so you can't see it, but yeah, it can give you that motivation just to get that little bit more, 5, 10, 15 seconds to just get over that climb. And I believe with the draft, if you don't, like, you're better off burning that match. Because I know in Zwift, if you get off the back on a downhill, you're never going to catch the group. Like, it's the most frustrating thing ever. I made some really tough climbs and some really tough races, and I'm just so used to it in real life, me going downhill like a stone. I never really worried about the cresting of the climb because I would always catch anybody in front of me. So you got your total time there, got your distance traveled, how many meters of climbing. It tells you your current speed. Kind of nice, you have your TSS score. That's your it's basically your stress score, training stress score. So and you kind of, that number builds up over time, and you kind of figure out each athlete how much TSS they can go in a week before the performance really starts going down. Because in training, fitness plus fatigue equals form or something like that. No, that's training. Let's see, freshness plus fitness equals form. So you want to be fresh, but you want to be informed from the tons of miles that you do and the training that you do, and that equates to your current form, like how you're going to perform at a race. And that TSS, if you watch that, that will help you. Because one of the guides, now we have Oura rings and all these other things that track your sleep, and they basically will tell you, according to like your heart rate, how you sleep, and all these other factors, what kind of intensity you can do on a workout, intensity and or amount of time. So there's tons of tools now for training. That gives me motivation. I hated that race. That's the one, the Silver Rush 50. That's qualifier for Leadville. Qualified 3 times in the Silver Rush and was only able to do Leadville once due to work. And yeah, I just had an injury. So out of the 3 qualifiers, I was only able to do Leadville once. So 8 hours, 35 minutes, got myself the big belt buckle there. So there's a lot that went behind that. I trained a lot with a guy. I broke my shoulder. God, how many weeks was it before? It was in May. Yeah, I crashed and separated my shoulder. So I've basically trained after, I think I took 9 days off. I look back, 9 days after the accident. And then I literally would put my right arm on the handlebars with my left hand and I'd ride the bike path I was doing 30 to 35 hours a week on the bike path on my mountain bike training. And then I still had to qualify. So the qualifier for Leadville was in July. So shoulder was still wrecked. So I was able to qualify. I was the last qualifier in my age group for Leadville. So I had, I think, 3 weeks to try and rest my shoulder to get through Leadville. And it was actually not bad. My shoulder was pretty solid by the time I got to Leadville. And yeah, like I said, 8 hours, 35 minutes. And I'll tell you guys, never drink or test beet juice before being on your bike for that amount of time. My friend had some beet juice. He drank half the bottle of it and he was just like, here, drink some beet juice. And I was just like, all right. And literally within about 30 seconds, I needed the toilet. So I rode for 8 hours and 35 minutes on 4 bottles of water. I got down 1 pack of Cliff blocks, and I think I was able to get 3 gels down. Yeah, so do not drink beet juice before a race unless you've tested it beforehand. Some people are fine, but not me. So that's my Leadville story. Sticking to it. Anyways, we'll get back to the Indy Velo. My first impression is I like it. I think the numbers are pretty accurate. I went through the checkpoint in first place, and definitely the no warm-up was hurting me. So I backed off a little bit. Plus, I didn't know where my heart rate was. So I'm going to see if I can address that problem. And I'm also going to download it on my phone so I can do another video to let you know. Let you check out my hairdo again. I'm going to cut my hair today, I promise. So, yeah, I believe they're going to fix all the bugs in it. And I think, yeah, this is definitely going to be a serious competitor to Zwift, which I've been riding. So I started riding Zwift, what, a year and a half ago or so. And started out as a low B. In June, I was training because I was going back to the U.S. I was going to ride with my sister, so I was training really hard. My weight was, I was at my race weight, highest 30-second power. Went out, played pickleball. I actually won the last three B races I was in. So level super high, riding really well. And 3 days before the trip, playing pickleball, tore my calf. So make sure you drink water, because I knew I wasn't right. I knew something was wrong, but I really wanted to just, yeah, I just felt like Superman. I felt so good. I felt like everything was in place. Everything was solid. So yeah, anyways, make sure you drink water and stretch. And if you're freezing to death on the way to doing an event, when it's really not that cold out, yeah, you really got to seriously consider backing out of whatever you're going to do. It's just we were doing King of the Court and they needed all the players. So if I backed out, it would have messed up the whole bracket. So I really felt pressured into doing that King of the Court. But I did go out King of the Court. And I was playing really the best pickleball of my life that night. So yeah, I was riding really well, best pickleball of my life. Long rant, long rave. But I'm going to give you some updates as they continue to improve it. I'll give you an update after I put the app on my phone, because I run Android. My sister said the Android platform is way better than the Mac platform. And I'm also super psyched. If you have BOAs, man, BOA is super solid. I've had these shoes, these S-Works. They're really good shoes, and then as you know, the BOA wears out and they just start loosening up when you're sprinting or riding. And these have been sitting, I've been in Australia for almost 8 years, and I didn't ride them at all here. So I think these shoes are probably about 12, 13 years old. Sent them a picture, and within a week, they sent me a set of replacement boas. And yeah, I'm super happy. I got my S-Work shoes back. I can just feel how much faster I am with these shoes on. Because I was running an old pair of CDs, ones just like those, but the silver ones that I've had for. And then those, I didn't like them because I was racing in Colorado with black shoes. In that kind of heat, like my feet were just on fire, melting from the heat. So yeah, those have been sitting in a box forever because they were black. And then I got these bad boys. Yeah, my S-Works shoes. Absolutely love these, man. I'll say, yeah, these are the best shoes I've ever owned. So all kinds of tangents over here, but that's what we like to do. ADD is such a great thing. Hopefully it's entertaining for you guys. I'm going to hit you with a fresh hairdo next time around. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye from Melbourne, Australia. Peace out, everybody.